Hello everybody, my name is A, and today I'm going to be talking about my music tastes. Wanted to mix it up a bit. Instead of playing music, I wanted to talk to you about some of my favorite music, possibly songs I'm going to play in the future, or simply songs that I am not yet advanced enough in my music skills to play. So, yeah, it's going to be split up into 4 different parts. I will tell you what those parts are when they come. So yeah, let's get right into it. Part 1 is songs I could listen to 7 times over. So this is kind of like what would be on my on repeat on Spotify. And so yeah, I figured I'd go over those first. This is kind of, either doesn't fit into any other categories or I just like really, really love these songs. So I'm gonna start with the Mountain Goats, specifically their album The Sunset Tree. They have plenty of other good albums too. I've been really obsessed with the Sunset Tree lately. Specifically this year, that's been like my go-to. I want to say the most I've listened to that song was 8 times in one day. That was a fun day though. Okay, and then also from that album would be Dance Music, Dilaudid, and Love, Love, Love. Those are all great songs. Honestly, the whole album's great. I'm probably gonna say this a whole bunch in this video, but just do yourself a favor, go listen to The Sunset Tree, the album by the Mountain Goats. Second, Nerds by Bo Burnham. I'll probably talk about Bo Burnham later on, but I have been particularly fond of Nerds recently because it just kind of speaks to me. Yeah. So then I'm gonna go into Verbatim by Mother Mother. I just recently started getting into Mother Mother at the recommendation of my friend Julia. A lot of this music I found from Julia, but Verbatim by Mother Mother is really good. I like the message, and it's also just a really funky song. It sounds great. And then Arms Tonight by Mother Mother, which is actually the first song by them I ever heard, because it just came up in a playlist one day when I was walking. And then finally for this part of the video, basically anything on In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, the album, not the song, by Neutral Milk Hotel. I've been super, super into Neutral Milk Hotel lately, specifically In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. It's so great, honestly. Just, like, go do yourself a favor, listen to that whole album. I've probably listened to that album like at least 20 or 30 times since the year started, and we are just starting February, so it's really good. I'm basic. I like Holland 1945 and Two-Headed Boy, all of those. Ghost is really good too. So that ends the songs I could listen to 7 times over category. Actually, most of those I have listened to 7 times over, like in a row. Not necessarily the ones by Mother Mother, but the rest of them, yeah. Like, I've listened to The Sunset Tree, the entire album, a few times in one day. Listened to In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. Probably the most was 5 times in one day, the whole album. Because it's about the exact length of one of my school periods. So that means I can start it in a school period, switch it over in my passing period, and listen to it again. And yeah, then I have to take a break for like a day or two, and then I go right back into listening to the whole album like once through. So yeah, totally recommend all of those songs. I'm in love with all of them. Part 2, we're gonna go into comedy. So first I'm gonna go with this is kind of a transition from the first part. I love Hank Green, honestly. Like, not only his music, but also Vlogbrothers, his channel with John Green. I actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this and then come back. There'll be a jump cut. My guitar is painted like John Green's guitar. Or not John Green, I'm sorry, Hank Green. Ugh. So yeah, this is my guitar. It says This Machine Upon Snoobs, which is the name of one of Hank Green's albums. Editor A popping in for a second here. I said it was just like one of Hank Green's albums. I totally forgot to mention that it is a play on Woody Guthrie, and his, his quote, "This machine kills fascists." So that's where that comes from. So, yeah. So, yeah. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, so back to it. Since we're talking about comedy songs, my top like 3 favorite comedy songs by Hank Green would be "This Isn't Hogwarts," "Mules Are So Half-Ass," and "Scuzzy Kazoozle Curl." Those 3 are really good. What else? Oh, his other songs that aren't comedy songs are also so good. A song about an anglerfish is one of my favorites. And then I guess it all makes sense in the end. Sorry, I keep glancing down. I have this all written out so I make sure I don't forget anything. So yeah, those are all really good songs. Just go listen to This Machine Upon Snoobs. Or Ellen Hardcastle, I believe, is the other album by him. Both of those are really great albums. Totally go listen to Hank Green. He's my favorite. I probably am mixing up Hank and John Green. My brain's gone. I just swam like almost 3 miles. Yay, swimmer things. It was a kick set. Ooh, yikes. Anyways, next, Bo Burnham, obviously kind of a classic. Currently I've been super into Words, 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 the whole album, not just the song, but the song's really good too. And then his more serious songs from What, like F and, like I said earlier, Nerds, those are both 2 songs that I'm really into right now. So it's more serious songs off of What, and then also Words, Words, Words. Some honorable mentions that I didn't write down, but now I'm just thinking. Poisoning Pigeons in the Park and New Math. I can't remember his name. No, I don't want to say something that's wrong. I can't remember his name, but if you look it up on YouTube or Spotify, Poisoning Pigeons in the Park and New Math, not New Math by Bo Burnham, New Math by another musical comedian. And then Down to the Old Pub Instead's also a really good musical comedy song. And then kind of my transition from this one to the next would be the Bro Duet, specifically the version with George Salazar and Jason Gauthier. Speaking of George Salazar, we're gonna head right into musical theater, because that's how I am. All right, so musical theater. This one's gonna be long. I'm kind of gonna speed through it because a lot of these are, like stuff I've listened to for a long time. The point of this video was more to go into topics of music that I've liked currently, especially with how difficult moving and the pandemic and everything's been. I want to share music that's meant a lot to me. But for musical theater, currently I've been super into Heathers, which is the most 7th grade thing of me. Beautiful and Freeze Your Brain are my 2 favorites. Probably Freeze Your Brain's my all-time favorite from that musical. The Negative from Waitress is another good one. Anything on Sweeney Todd or the Book of Mormon. Currently, actually, my brain is singing Salt Lake City, or, well, it's said differently, but Salt Lake Cassidy from the Book of Mormon. That's really good. If you are to listen to the Book of Mormon, I wouldn't recommend it if you are actually Mormon and or religious, or just have innocence. It's questionable. It was written by the creators of South Park, so that's all you really need to know. 96,000 from In the Heights. I just recently watched Chicago, like the movie version, for the first time, and I've been really into Razzle Dazzle, which is not a super sorry, my phone was in saying I only have 20% battery left, so I don't know if it cut out there for a second or not. Anyways, yes, I just watched Chicago, and I am very into Razzle Dazzle. I also, obviously, I like Cell Block Tango. That was the first song I had ever heard from Chicago before I had even watched it. And then finally, Little Shop of Horrors. I can't not mention Little Shop of Horrors. It's been a long time since I've listened to it, but it's probably one of my favorite musicals of all time. Yeah, totally listen to that if you haven't. It's a classic. So let's go into part 4. So for our fourth and final part, I'm just doing kind of some miscellaneous stuff, whether it's stuff I don't listen to as often, but I still feel like needs recognition, or, just in that kind of realm. So Sing to Me Instead, the album by Ben Platt, is wonderful. A lot of you will know Ben Platt from Dear Evan Hansen, but he also does music of his own that is just amazing. Actually, I want to say he was my most listened to artist on my 2020 Wrapped for Spotify. So, Ease My Mind and Grow As You Go are kind of like slower, sappy love songs. Share Your Address is kind of an upbeat love song. I really like Share Your Address, and also Rain is pretty good too. That's on the deluxe version of Sing to Me Instead. And then In Case You Don't Live Forever is seriously one of my favorites. It is meant to be a romantic song. Most of the songs on Sing to Me Instead are romantic. But In Case You Don't Live Forever for me has kind of a platonic vibe. Almost familial in some sense. In cases where I'm reminded of certain people when I listen to it. And it's kind of one of those songs where if you listen to it, you will be reminded of someone who means a lot to you. So yeah, Sing to Me Instead, really good. It's a very good album for walking in the woods. I've done that a few times. We have woods right by my house, so I will go and walk my dog and listen to that album. I don't know how, but they found me. It's a great band. I like some of their older stuff. I haven't listened to the entirety of their new album, but I like some of the new songs too. In relation to I Don't Know How, But They Found Me is the Brobecks. Dallin Weekes, the lead singer in I Don't Know How, But They Found Me, was also in the Brobecks. Their album Violent Things is really good, and then their song West of California is really good. So I mean, Brobecks is kind of more of a like grungy pop punk vibe, with still kind of the like, I don't know, it's still kind of grungy pop punk if that's something you're into. And then the Hush Sound, if you like Panic at the Disco, especially like Death of a Bachelor and Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. My brain kept saying A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, which is not what I meant at all. But if you like their Panic's 4th and 5th albums, those two, you would like the Hush Sound. Those, I'm blanking. But yeah, they have quite a few good songs. So yeah. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up. If you've made it this far, thank you to listening to me rant about music for this long. I'm really bad at outros, if you couldn't tell. I'm just starting to, actually try and do intros and outros for my videos. Couple things. If you have any music recommendations, please let me know. I am super interested. I always love listening to, like, what people have to hear, or what people have to say, when it pertains to music. Secondly, if you guys have any channel name recommendations, I would really, really love them, because currently my channel name is just my name and my last initial, and I kind of want something different. So, if you have any ideas, let me know. And I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of those YouTube things if you want. Totally up to you. I kind of just do this for fun. It's nice, obviously, to see the numbers go up, but in a way, it's kind of nice just to have this small little community who actually enjoys watching my videos and what I have to say. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you who've been subscribed since the beginning and still managed to listen to my drabble. I don't know if I'm using that word right. I might not be. You know what I mean. My blabbering. That kind of thing. So yeah. I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for listening, and bye.